Does the past exist? Because
Like now?
well, I'm just saying because the past is. Does it only exist because of our memory?
Welcome back, everybody, to another Amateur Hour reaction. This is the part where we don't do podcasts. We're reacting to Matthew. Today, I got a little interesting video. So you know how in our podcast, shout out if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. It's gonna be linked in the description. We have talked about time travel.
Okay, yeah.
We haven't done that in video form, so go listen to our audio days. But we have talked about time travel. This video is going to explain if time travel has maybe already happened.
Do you believe this first and foremost?
Well, I haven't seen the video.
But do you believe time travel has already happened?
I think so because, I mean, time is everywhere all at once. Time isn't just like this linear thing.
No,
Like
it's not.
Everything's happened at the same time if you like really think about it. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and join us into watching if time travel has already happened.
I have no idea what this is, by the way.
Do your past, present, and future all exist right now? Are you watching this video, being born, and lying on your deathbed at this very moment? Surprisingly, the answer could be yes. But how can that be?
It could be.
What does that even mean? How does time work? The block universe. Imagine the universe like a child painting pictures on paper. Each picture shows everything that's happening in the universe in a single moment. With each new moment, all kinds of things occur everywhere. People are born and die. Galactic civilizations expand. You miss the bus.
That's Star Wars.
And our universe kid makes a new picture that replaces the old one. In this way, you get something like a movie. Only the moment we're in right now is real. The past is what happened before. Now it's gone. The future is still to come and hasn't been drawn yet. This is kind of how time feels, right? Each moment being replaced by the next one. The past is far behind us. The future doesn't exist. But what if time is something else? What if the universe kid has already finished all its drawings and stacks them on top of each other? This way, we get a block of time that contains the whole history of the universe. All moments that have ever existed or will ever exist. But in this block, in this stack
like
of
everything's
moments,
already happened.
The past, the present, and the future are equally real and exist at the same time. This feels wrong. The only things that we perceive as real are those things happening now. How can the past and future be real right now? The problem is that according to the theory of relativity, they kind of have to be. Heavily simplified, relativity says that time and space are not separated, but one connected space-time. When you move through space, you're also moving through the block. This means time passes differently for different people, depending on how they move through space relative to each other. And this also means that what someone perceives as now is a certain...
Which is real because in the research that I was doing for that time travel episode, this is exactly what was happening. Is that the most real example of time travel right now is in space through astronauts. Because technically, they can be a fraction ahead or behind us, depending
on where they're at.
on how they're moving.
Also, question: does the past exist? Because
like now?
Well, I'm just saying because the past is. Does it only exist because of our memory of it, or does it? You know what I'm saying? Like when we take a picture of us as a child, that's proof that we were a child. But like without that memory, does that even exist? I don't know. I don't know. I was just curious.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
My
let's continue watching this.
Cut along the block, a cut that will depend on how fast they're moving. So what you think is now is really only your now. There are many different nows in the universe, and all of them are equally real. This also means there's no universal past or future.
There's just the now?
This is a lot.
Yeah.
How does this work? Imagine 3 alien spaceships a million light years away.
Oh, shit.
The first one just hovers in space, not moving relative to you. You both experience the same now, the same present. If you had a magical instantaneous internet connection, you could do a video call right now and chat about alien things. The second spaceship is flying away from us at 30 kilometers a second, about 3 times faster than a human rocket. It's moving differently through the block of time than you are, which means its now is different from yours. With the magical internet, the aliens can talk to your ancestors in 1924, when humanity was discovering the first galaxies outside the Milky Way. The third spaceship wants to visit Earth and is flying towards you at 30 kilometers a second, moving at the opposite angle of the second ship.
They're literally going to explain my question.
It experiences yet another now.
It's
With
future.
the magical internet, the aliens can talk to your descendants in the year 2124, when humanity has already built cities on Mars and Venus. Okay, so we have 3 different nows. So which one is correct? Well, that's the problem. Relativity is based on one powerful principle: cosmic democracy. The fact that the point of view of all observers in the universe is equally valid. All those nows have to be equally real. But if this is the case, your past, present, and your future all have to exist at the same time.
It's coming back to the
now.
same thing,
Because
bro.
for the different aliens, they all happen in their present.
Right.
This means that the distinction between the past, the present, and the future is an illusion. The universe is not a bunch of things evolving through time like in a movie, but a static block in which the past, the present, and the future all coexist and are real. How can that be? Well, think about a galaxy outside the observable universe, too far away to ever visit or see. But even if you can't get there and don't see it, it's still real.
Right.
The future might be the same. But if the past is not far behind us and the future actually exists, then there is no movie. Things don't happen in the universe. The universe just
They just
is,
are, yeah.
like a frozen block of dead cosmic ice, with everything that will ever happen already written and decided.
That is crazy to think about. So we're living, if that theory were to be real, then technically we're not even going to go to the future, because that isn't us. We're in the now.
There is no future.
No, because everything's now. It's just a different
That's what I'm saying. That's why when they say tomorrow never comes, it's because when tomorrow is supposed to come, it's today. You never actually reach tomorrow. You reach today.
What about yesterday?
It was today. It was just today. You know what I'm saying? Like every
That's freaky,
that's
dude.
weird. It's just weird
That's
to think about. It's all in our memory, is what I'm saying. So like if you didn't have a picture of it, if you didn't have any record of it, it just doesn't exist.
Okay, so let's say
Or-
all of our videos, right?
Right.
From like spanning 8 months ago.
Yeah.
How would that work in this theory?
I think this theory is because from what I understand is that it's our perception of time. Our brains just comprehend time linear. How do I explain it? They're just, I don't know how to explain it. They're just, it's our, like, things happen outside of our comprehension. They just are, like he said. So like time is gonna pass regardless of how we view it. So it's just so like we view it in, like you just said, it's just same with the video. We view it in steps when it's just all at the same time. So our videos are just, I don't know. I think it just depends on the perception. Like our perception is how we see those videos.
We see it linear,
Yeah.
but in the grand scheme of things, those videos are happening,
just happening all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo.
It's bothering me. Making my head hurt.
The future already written. If all times coexist and are equally real, then the future has to be already written. But that's not how you experience things. It feels like you can mold your future with your decisions. It really feels
Don't
like
say what
you're
you're
free
about to
to
say.
choose to stop watching YouTube
Don't-
to not miss the bus. But if the future is set in stone, you can't decide anything.
Free will is
are
an
your
illusion.
choices an illusion? Well, maybe. Maybe your free will is a mirage. And maybe
Wait. Did you just hear that he just said exactly what I just said?
Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of things, was I meant to say that?
You already, at the start of this video, you said you didn't see this, but you actually have
already
always seen
it.
this. You already knew this.
Oh, bro. Yo.
I hate this shit, bro. I hate this shit.
missing the bus was already predetermined at the Big Bang. So feel free to continue watching.
I hate these
Except
guys.
Quantum stuff is ruining everything again. Quantum processes can't be predicted, not even in principle. Not because we're silly and don't know how to do it, According to quantum physics, quantum particles are intrinsically random. For example, if you have a radioactive atom, it could decay at any moment, in the next second or in the next million years. We can calculate the probability that it will decay tomorrow, but no oracle in the universe will ever be able to tell you with absolute certainty if it will do so or not. But quantum particles can change the world. Imagine a radioactive element randomly decays and causes a genetic mutation in a nearby mammal. And then many generations later, that mutation has led to a weird mix of duck and mammal that makes no sense. Or the atom decays a day later, and the weird creature will never exist.
Dinosaurs.
If quantum stuff is really uncertain, the future can't be set in stone. But if the future is an untold story, it can't be real in the same way as the past is. So what happens when uncertain things like the decay of our atom become real? Is that moment the present? Is this now? But before we saw that cosmic democracy makes it impossible to define an absolute now. What's going on here? It turns out that for every individual object, you, an alien, an atom, the past, the present, and the future are always well defined. Your death will always happen after your birth, never before, and never at the same time. Now, you are clearly between your birth and your death. So, for you at least, now makes perfect sense. If we don't play tricks like going to the other side of the universe and using aliens in funny ways to find out what now means, things again start to look ordered and nice, and individual nows seem to exist. Can we do something with them? Let's return to our block universe. Maybe the block does not contain...
So they just basically restructured everything to like what we think is
we can apply now.
Yeah.
Right? Because,
Is that you're born and you die. That's the only thing. That's the only measurement that we actually have.
Right.
And I have a feeling that they're just gonna discombobulate everything else right now. Oh man, I did not know what I was getting myself into with this goddamn video.
So is it... Serious question. Does that mean that because there's no yesterday, there's no tomorrow, that I have always fumbled the bad bitch throughout time?
Throughout time and
Throughout
space,
time.
it was not meant to happen.
Throughout time? I am always...
Every reality, ever.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I should have known
That's
from
Dr.
serious question, man. God damn it.
the future, and maybe we just imagined it wrong. Maybe the block is just the past, and a thin layer on the surface is the present. That surface is not smooth, but bumpy and uneven. It's been made by joining countless individual nows, each experienced by someone or something in the universe, each equally real and valid, and all observers do their bit, so cosmic democracy is still true. As new things happen and uncertain things become certain, radioactive atoms decay,
So
new species of
the
mammals
future would
arise,
be just the
people miss
uncertainty.
the bus, the border moves upwards,
Get behind
creating new time in the universe. Instead of a frozen block of time with a future that has already been written, the block is growing and things happen. You can again decide your future. What is real then? Let's recap. We started with time as a movie, one now after another, where only the current now was real. Then we found out that because of relativity, there are multiple nows, all of them real somehow, which could mean that we're living in a frozen block universe where things don't happen and you don't really have free will.
You just
And
are.
we ended up with a kind of growing block universe where time passes and the future is open. So which is correct? What is real? The present? The past?
Before, which one do you gravitate more towards right now?
A little bit mixed between the growing block and the presentism. I think I just like to tend to think that the future is uncertain, but I think that how uncertain it is determines that those stacks. I think there's multiple universes that you make a left turn instead of a right turn. I think there's multiple universes where you choke on a sandwich, that you don't choke on a sandwich, you choose. Like, I think it's a little bit open-ended depending on your decision, but I think those multiple decisions are stacked on each other. So there's infinite things that we could say, do, or feel, all happening at once. I don't like the block universe.
That block universe is scary.
It's scary because, it just makes it just...
think of He Who Remains. Like
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
exactly what we would be
That's what I'm
living.
saying, like,
is that
you're-
everything's predetermined.
And then I mean, let's say that one's confirmed, right? Then I start asking
Who
or
What?
who's controlling that block now?
and how do we break out of it?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we have
Yeah.
Loki season 2 going.
And
on,
then
you know?
and then all of a sudden I'm sitting in a chair for all eternity,
yeah, literally.
branching together every presentism.
He's got the tism.
He's
That's what he's trying to say.
Yep.
Are the dinosaurs as real as you are right now? What do the aliens on the other corner of the universe think about all this? To be honest, no one knows. What we've learned are two possibilities to describe time, but they're not the only ones. Some scientists think that the idea of now only makes sense near you, but not in the universe as a whole. Others think that time itself doesn't even exist, that the whole concept is an illusion of our human mind.
Oh,
And
don't say
others
that.
think that time does exist, but that it's not a fundamental feature of the universe. Rather, time may be something that emerges from a deeper level of reality, just like heat emerges from the motion of individual molecules, or life emerges from the interactions of lifeless proteins. We could go on, but aren't you about to miss the bus? The concept of time is abstract and elusive, possibly beyond complete human comprehension. Fortunately, there's a vast world of things we do understand about the universe that you can explore right now.
Oh, fuck you.
Thanks to
Fuck you. God damn it. This is an ad.
Is it?
It's an ad.
Oh.
All right. With that, what are your final thoughts?
I did not.
Like this.
No,
Got it.
I just this did not give me any resolution. Like all this did was make me more
make
confused.
it worse.
Yeah, because now I don't know. Like I mean, we don't know. That's what pisses me off is that we don't know. Ugh.
And he just said a key point. I don't know if the human mind is if we have the ability to comprehend.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying is that like I just feel like our brains can only perceive time in one way. I don't think time is one specific way. It's just the way we see it. You know? Like fish and animals don't operate on the same time that we do.
don't.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Dogs don't. They're not
No.
relative to time.
That's what I'm
time
saying.
doesn't happen for them. They just are.
That's what I'm saying. So it has to be our brain function.
Do you think as a species we could ever get to a point in evolution where we can,
I don't
or is
know.
that even
I don't know.
predetermined?
I don't know because yeah. See, I don't fucking know because we haven't created time travel yet. It is the rules that we have on our own universe. It is impossible to time travel. It's impossible to get to one place from another without extended periods of years to get there, right? We can't get to Mars because it's 7 years, right? Like, we just don't know how. Our brain does not know how to figure it out. There's rules, and we're kind of trapped by that ceiling.
But are they though? Because
There's rules for our brain is what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yes. There's rules for us. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's rules for anything else.
because if anything, Oppenheimer told us was that science can break the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I see time travel as a real possibility that's going to happen, and I don't know where that would bring us.
That'd be tight. I hope I could see it, even if I'm like 80. I saw this quote. Makes me sad all the time I read it. I see it often, where it says, we were born 100 years too late to explore the world and 100 years too early to explore space. So we're in that sweet spot where we can't do shit.
Our world is fucked. The economy is going to shit, but we're here. We got the internet. We can jerk off to anything. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this bumpy ride. I apologize if we made your head spiral.
A little bit of a brain.
Little teaser.
Yeah, a
Go
little
if
brain
you
thing.
guys need a distraction. Go watch our other content. It's great. More of this. A lot more talking. Anything else to finish us off, Matt?
No, time isn't real, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess.
Bye bye.
Peace.